Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Car Rescue. I've got the 69 Pontiac LeMans back in the shop. Went and dug it out of the weeds, which I've let it sit out there all winter and everything, and I was just gonna find a donor for the motor, and I got to thinking. This thing is really cool. I know it's a four-door, but it's a four-door hardtop. How about if I just take this car, buy a new fuel cell for it, or fuel tank, sending unit, buy all new brakes, put these wheels and tires on it. The tires are not the best, but they were on a truck I bought, a little S10 truck. I've got 4 of them. 2 of them's not as wide as the back ones. The back ones are a little bit wider. I think they'd look good on here. Now, what can I do with this? Well, I started working on it before I really thought about, hey, maybe I'll film this. I'm taking this stuff off. It's got some rust right here. But I'm going to buy a new rubber for the trunk. I'm going to buy a new fuel tank, sending unit, straps. I'm going to put a couple of flow masters on it. I'm going to order me a electronic ignition distributor. I don't like the points. I'm going to water sand this thing with like a scuff pad and soap, and clean all the scale off of it. All the rough scale and the rusty stuff. And then I'm going to put flood all over it. You see me do the flood thing. It's kind of like Shine Juice that everybody's selling, but it only costs like $15 a can. I can do the whole car with it. And I have had good luck with that stuff. It looks good. It doesn't show brush marks. You can roll it on with a roller, and that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to get tags and insurance on it and drive it to car shows. I might even get new carpet. The floors are not rotted. I might get new carpet for it, take that seat out, and just take it and have it recovered. Or put a blanket over it or something. Now, you're probably saying, Steve, I wouldn't show up at a dead man's funeral in that car. Well, you're not me. I like to have the ugliest car around. So if I got the ugliest car around at car shows or whatever, I'm not going to complain. Is anybody else going to complain when I park beside of them? This is kind of like something roadkill would do. They'd pull one of these out of a junkyard, get it running, and drive it. And I like that idea. Roadkill's a good show, or it was a good show, and I got a lot of good ideas off of them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it up and drive it. So I guess if we're going to get finished, we've got to get started. So let's get started. Okay, I learned I don't have to take the bumper off to get back there to the bulbs. I just had to take that plate off the bottom underneath the bumper. Had to take that off in order to get to them. Once I took that off, I could see them. I'm gonna clean this up, take it in the house, and when I take a shower tonight, I'll take a shower with it, and I'll just clean it up real good. Just don't tell my wife I do that. Meanwhile, 5 days later, we're back. Got back in the shop here, got some parts in. I got a gas tank right over there, and I got some straps. I got a sending unit. Let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna have these drums turned, every one of them. I've got brake shoes for the front, brake shoes for the back. I got a master cylinder. I got wheel cylinders. I've got brake line hoses. I got a new air filter. And that'll keep me busy for a little bit. The brakes are in bad shape, buddy. Look at that. Nasty. That back pan there, I took that off so I could get to the taillight bulbs from the back side. I couldn't even get to them. And I've got to get me some sockets because the sockets are bad. Now that looks like, see, it's got a big opening at the bottom and two little bitty mouse ears at the top. So that's the kind of bulb sockets I'm gonna have to get. And they're gonna have 3 wires on them too. So the tail light, the turn signal, and the brake light, and I guess one of them's a ground. So that's what we're gonna have to get this thing going with tail lights. The tail light lenses are okay. One of them's cracked and got a little broke spot in it. But I don't care. I want it to look the look. I feel some rumbling in this bearing. That's not good right there. Don't know why I hadn't got the cap off yet, but we're gonna find out. Somebody's been into it before. They probably haven't even tightened the nut down. I think they must have beat this thing with a hammer trying to get it off, or put something on it trying to get that thing off so they could take the brake shoe out from it. Ah, the nut looks good. Aha! Everything's been took off of it. They've done some prizing on it. Ain't nothing we can't fix. Well, I think we still got enough meat here on these brake drums that we can still have them turned. Now, this one's kind of hard to turn. So I might have to loosen up on the brake adjuster in order to get this one off. We'll find out. Okay, this gives me some idea of what I'm missing on the other side, the springs and how they go and everything. So I'm not going to move none of this. I'm going to leave this as it is. I'm going to take all these drums over to the parts store and have them turned. And when they come back, they'll look like brand new. Here's one of the brake drums from the back. And it looks pretty good. Except for right there. Somebody has broke that apart. Trying to get this off of there, prizing on it and stuff. Looks pretty scaly. We're not going to use this. This is too far gone. I don't think it would ever clean up. There's so much rust and scale in there. I'm not even going to try it. I'm just going to order 2 new ones. Okay, I've got everything off. This is a hard line that goes to this for the fronts. Brake lines were stopped up. They didn't even have any fluid coming out the end. But when I loosened it up here, fluid did come out. So the master cylinder might be good, I don't know. But I'm gonna still change it. But anyway, this is junk. And we're gonna clean this backing plate up a little bit. It was bent and I straightened it up quite a bit. Some people try to prise that hub off. We do have a piece missing right here. So let's get this thing cleaned up, make it look a little better before we start putting our brake hardware back together. And what cleans better than anything? Fire. There. It is new. Now this says brake and parts cleaner. And it ain't but like $4 a can. You can use 1 can just on one little thing. Doesn't take long. I did check my ball joints and my tie rods and all that, and everything is good and tight. It's done. Okay, I got this side back together, almost. I never could get the brake shoes to collapse on each other. It was this, the brand new brake cylinder, that was a problem. And I just went and exchanged it for another one. So let's try it again, put it all back together, and be done with it, I hope. Okay, that side's done. All I gotta do is put the $75 brake drum on it. Yeah, $75 a piece. Paid way too much. Should have asked the price before I paid for them. But I ordered them and they came in. I'm a man of my word. Let's see what these babies look like. See what I got for $75. Huh. It's good to me. Now all I gotta do is adjust that brake up once I get the wheel on it. There, that's what it's going to look like with a wheel on it. It's gonna make it look fast, you know what I mean? Okay, I did pull the wheel back off and pull the drum off and put some brake cleaner on the drum. I forgot about that until I did the other side. Thought, okay, I gotta go back and do this one. But we got it tightened back up now. We're gonna adjust the brakes on it and be done. Now what I'm looking for is to adjust the brakes until I hear a little bit of scrubbing when you turn them. I got the other one already adjusted. It's just a little bit harder to turn, but it's not that bad. But that's what I'm gonna do. Take my brake spoon, adjust the brake. All right, I got some new lug nuts for the wheels. Make them look a little better than the standard old round rusty ones. It's gonna have these. That'll make it look a little better, won't it? There. Looks much better. At least my wheels are gonna look shiny once I get done with them. Okay, folks, I got the back brakes done. Got both wheels on. Done with that. Worked on the front brakes. Got all the brake hardware hooked up. I got new brake line, a new brake cylinder, and new brake shoes and odds and ends springs. Now, all we got to do is the drum and put it on and adjust the brake and go from there. I got a new seal. I'm going to repack the bearings and put her back together. I'm not going to clean all the grease out of it. I'm just going to start packing it with new grease, and whatever comes out of there comes out of there. But I'll show you the way I do this. Take me little grease right here. You got a clean hand. Now I take a gob of grease, and I put it in my hand like that right there. All right. That's kind of like a gob of butter that you put on a biscuit. Now what I do is I take this bearing, which I've turned it, it's smooth as silk. I'm packing grease into these little cubby holes right here. You can see the bearings in there. I'm packing grease in there like this. See it? And it's coming out, starting to come out right there. But you just pack that in, and then you go around, turn it around to the other side if you want to, and pack it in. Get that grease all in there around those bearings. Now, see, it's pretty much sealed up on the outsides. Pretty much, I didn't say good. Okay, and it's starting to come through. So I'm gonna turn it around on this side. I'm gonna get this side of the bearing. I'm really just jamming that grease in there is what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna just stick the bearing down in here like so. Now I got a new seal and an old seal. The old seal's got a flange on it. The new seal doesn't. You can see that. But the new seal will work just fine. There it is. Make Sure, got a little bit of grease on that. All right. Now this is ready to put in. I do have to pack this bearing. I'm gonna put a little grease on my spindle. That is clean, but I wiped all the grease off of it. Ah! Yeah. That's better. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen it. To right there. Okay. Now, a lot of people do these different ways. I'm going to show you how I do it. You can do it any way you want to. There's no set way to do something like that. That's the way I do mine. Now put the cap on it and done. Okay. We're going to leave it like that. That's good enough for Arkansas. Whoa! Ah. Let that be a lesson, folks. Oh, here it is. Brake and parts cleaner is flammable. Danger, poison, no. Well, I don't see flammable on here anywhere. Huh. Learn something new every day. This is a hammered black paint. Kind of looks wrinkled, kind of like that's what we want. A little bit of grease right there. We'll spray it with a cleaner again. Okay. Hey, let's do that again. Marshmallows roasting on an open fire. Brake lines burning, watch it burn. All right. Now let's get some paint on there. It looks pretty good. Done. Now what I also did, after I put all the brakes on there and everything, I loosened the bleeder valve up on the brake cylinder and poured fluid in it. I done that on both sides, on the front only, and waited until fluid started dripping out on the ground. And once it did, I tightened it up. I'll still have to bleed them because the cylinders probably don't have any fluid in them. If they do, it's very little. But once I start pumping them up and my brother helps me or my wife helps me, we'll bleed them and they'll be fine. And then I'll go back to the back and do the backs. I still got to change the shocks. I'm putting new shocks all the way around on it. I got them. I just got to get them out of there and change them. But I'm going to do that before I do anything else here. Before I put the wheel on it. I'm going to do that. Put the new shocks on. All right, everybody, I got the shocks on. I got the new shocks on the front. And I had to cut this band that holds the, our strap that holds the tank up. I'm gonna have to cut that one too, because the bolts at the front are just turning, they're stripped. They're so old and been in there so long, there's no getting them out. So I gotta drop the tank, get it out of the way where I can try to get those bolts out. But I cut it back here so the sparks will be flying away from the gas tank. So let's get it done. See if we can bring this thing down now. There. Find me one to help me sometime. Okay, the new gas tank is exactly the same. Thanks, Rock Auto. I bought that from Rock Auto, and I've never bought much stuff from them, but I'm beginning to like them because they always send me the right stuff. I like that. I don't like to have to send it back to China or wherever it comes from. I don't know. Rock Auto might have them from China. I don't know. But clean my hands real good. So that is tight and secure, Drill Sergeant. I didn't think it'd been that long, but it has. Now this is ground wire. It's already got a ground wire up there, and it's a little bit longer than this one. So I'm just going to connect these two together, kind of hang it over the front, and connect the two ground wires together. Okay, I don't know where y'all been. I looked for you, and I couldn't find you. And I had to do this gas tank by myself. Let's take a look at it. All right, that was a lot of work. I've still got to cut off those all thread rods in the front, but I got the hoses all hooked up. I've got the vent hooked up. I've got the wire hooked up to the ground and also to the gas gauge. Cross your fingers, hope it works. But that's what I've been doing all, I don't know, last 6 hours. I've crawled in and out from under this thing like 30 times. And I'm tired. I'm sure y'all are glad you missed it. But anyway, we got that done. We just got to hook it up at the fuel pump in the front. Okay. The gas gauge works. It went from full to just a little less than a quarter of a tank. I put 5 gallons in it, so it's working. You know, I let this car set out over the winter, and before I did it, you know, you saw it on the video, it was out there running good, running smooth, and I need to check the wires, make sure the rabbits didn't get a hold of them. I know the time needs turning. I really needed that gas gauge. I hate to have to worry about gas. See that fire jumping? That's where my mist is coming from, right there. Doggone spark plug wires. The spark plug's loose. I don't know why. Maybe because it's so hard to get to, maybe. Who put these wires on there? Yeah, that's loose. Okay. I guess I did, didn't I? Well, I didn't do a very good job. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a wrench. That's why. Okay. I must have just started it and went to get a wrench, and something else caught my eye on the way over to the toolbox, and I forgot all about it. I was kind of worried about it there for a second. All right. Spark plugs are all tight. Go ahead and put the breather back on. And we'll be done under the hood. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got us a runner now. I got the brakes pumped up and bled, but I'm gonna have to bleed them later because I just couldn't get any more air out of them. I don't even know what they're gonna feel like when I get out there on the road. But we're gonna get it down off the jacks, and we're gonna probably take it down the road for just a little test drive to see if there's anything else I need to do. See if anything's bumping or something like that. I've already looked up carpet. I can get the gold carpet for under $200 from OC Carpets. And that's what I'm gonna order tonight. And I'm gonna also order a trunk seal, that rubber seal. And I'm gonna get that put in there, and then we're gonna do some more stuff to it. All right, now I don't have a gear shift indicator here, so I'm old school. I know how to do it. Got the new shocks on it, new brakes. Okay, brakes work good. Yep, good enough in Arkansas. Oh, put 5 more gallons of gas in it. The gas gauge is up on almost a half tank now. I always liked the way these Pontiacs drove. The Buicks were about the same way. Ooh, the oil light's flickering. I don't know why. But not really worried about it right now. Come on, shift, baby. Shift. I got it in low? Yeah. No? Okay. Now I've got it in low. All right, it shifted a second. No third gear. Hold it. That was third gear. There's third. Will it stay in it? All right. It goes into third, but it comes right back out. Stay in third. Stay in third. It's in third gear now. I did check the rear end grease. It's full. Now the oil light's steadily burning. All right, not even gonna look at it anymore. Horn honks. All right, how's the brakes work? Fair. I can figure that out later, you know, as far as the brakes. Probably just drive them a little bit, burn all that hand grease that come off my hands and stuff that was on the brake shoes and the drums. I'm sure. All right, let's see here if it's going to shift now. Nope. All right, let's try it again. Let's go through the gears. Second. Third. All right. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just the adjustment on it, because it did hit third. Okay. Feel better now. Well, it drives good. Steering wheel's pretty well straight. Let's see. Yep. That's good enough in Arkansas. Hey, the oil light went out. Maybe a wire loose or something like that, I don't know. Okay, let's get her back in the shop and think about what we're gonna do next. It's air conditioned in this shop. Of course, I'm trying to air condition the world, ain't I? The transmission, as you know, is not shifting right. It doesn't want to shift at all when you just put it into drive and take off. You have to pull it down in low and then shift it to second. Then shift it to third, but it don't really want to go into third like it does second. So I've jacked it up and I checked the modulator valve line. It's got vacuum going to it. Checked that already, so I bought me a new one. I got a new modulator valve. I've never had to replace a modulator valve, never. And this what comes with it. Got the modulator valve, the little O-ring, and there's a clamp that holds it in there. One bolt, you take it out, and you're supposed to slide that out. But it looks like I'm going to have to take the cross member loose in order to get to that. I just can't get my fingers up there to the bolt. So, got a new filter kit, a filter and a gasket. 6 quarts transmission fluid. And look here. Look what came in today. Gold carpet. That is, let's see, ACC carpet. I thought it was AC carpet. But it's ACC automotive carpet. And they sent me the ones to the Thunderbird. And I loved it. I mean, it's nice carpet. And I called in on this 4-door Pontiac LeMans. They sent me this. We'll find out when we pull it out of the box, but it's the exact color I wanted. So I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to climb up under there and take the cross member loose and also drop the pan and change the fluid and the filter. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, this is my new dog. She is named Lucy. And she loves moles. She'll tear a mole's head off. She digs them up out of the ground and kills them. We got moles out here in Arkansas in our yard, and they're just pitiful. Well, she don't like rabbits either. I found that out just a while ago while I was mowing. Lucy is a good dog. She's good with the kids, and she's our dog now. So we've been feeding her for about a week now almost. She's a young dog, and she might be a little bit pregnant. Now, a little bit pregnant is pregnant, but we're not positive about that. You'll see her in here with me. She follows me around like she's in love with me or something. I think it's the food I give her. Okay, let's get to work on this Pontiac and get this done. So if we're going to get done, we got to get started. Let's go. While I had my back turned, Lucy stole my 5/8 socket.
Let me get you some wrenches.
Notice I said 5/8.
Let me get you some wrenches
before she stole it.
Okay, it's probably, like I said, it's probably going to be a 5/8. And let's see, we'll get you a little bit of everything here. Okay, we're going to get a 7/16 just in case that's what it is on the modulator that holds that modulator down. Look. Lucy. Lucy. That's the kind of help I get. You just can't hire good help. You got to do something, you got to do it yourself or not at all. We'll try to get that modulator out of there just in case, just to see if we can. I don't know if we can. We're going to try to take it out, okay? If I can get my wrench or whatever up in there. We'll see. There you are. Now just go on. I've got this. I've got this, Lucy. Go on. Ah. You know, you took a break when I needed you, so I don't need you now. There's the clip. There's a modulator valve. Okay, I need to show you something. Here's the old modulator valve. I told you I've never replaced one of these. I never had to. But you see this rubber line? Look. Can y'all see that? There was a crack in the hose. that was causing vacuum to escape right there. That might have been all that was wrong with it all along. And I checked the vacuum up at the top. I didn't check it at the bottom. I didn't check it here. But we're going to go ahead and put the new modulator valve in, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope it works. Okay, you guys might have saw this. I found my 5/8 socket that I put down here outside my shop. Lucy is a thief. She stole my 5/8 socket. Maybe that's why the people dropped her off. I don't know. I can get her rehabilitated, I'm sure. You don't mess with my sockets. And by the way, on this transmission, we are not changing the fluid. We're not changing the filter. We're going to take it down the road and find out if it shifts. And if it does, we're going to leave it alone. Because with this many miles on it, don't change the transmission fluid unless you got a problem. Because I've seen my buddies, and also one or two that I've had, I decided to change the transmission fluid. Well, then I started having problems with the transmission. If I'd have just left it alone, like Daddy said, my daddy told me that a long time ago. He said, I never changed the fluid in my transmission. It might go 10 years and never have a problem. But if you get 10 years out of a transmission, that's good. So anyway, don't change the transmission fluid unless you have to. The dealerships are going to tell you different. They'll say, oh, don't listen to him. Yeah, they want to change your fluid and get money from you. So if you people go get your fluid changed at one of those quickie places that change the fluid and change your fluid in the rear ends and all that stuff, you're just wasting money. That's an old man's opinion. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. That vacuum leak will probably make this thing run a little better too. I didn't realize we had a vacuum leak back there. Man, I'm gonna cross my fingers. Hope this transmission shifts like a brand new one. I'll be so tickled. Cause I sure don't want to change the transmission. I just want to drive it. Okay, we're gonna take a ride and check the modulator valve out. Guys, cross your fingers for me, because I don't want to have to put a transmission in this thing. All right, here we go. We gotta make sure Lucy's out of the way. That's something I gotta watch now. It's like having a kid with you. We'll know in just a second, because if I put it in drive and take off, like right there, if it does not shift, something's still wrong, something else. Shift. It shifted, perfect. That's second though. Still got one more to go. Let's just stop and do it again, okay? It's in park. Put it in drive. Okay, we're going to the store. Got the kids in the back. Got the wife over here. Second, one more. Three, all right. That's what we want. That's what we're wanting. We're gonna leave the car outside and we're gonna take the seats out of it, carpet out of it, and we're gonna put new carpet in it. I'm so happy.
All right. You see the seat's still in there. I can't get it out by myself. I've tried. I even thought about trying to take it out the back door, but I don't know what to do exactly. What I thought about doing was once this dries and I get this patched, I'm going to move the seat as far forward as I can get it. And hopefully I can do the back carpet first, take the back part of the seat out, take this seat, move it forward, I'll have room to work. Put the carpet in it back there and slide this seat back and do the front. And then slide this seat forward, bolt it down, and then do the back seat. Put the back seat in. What do you think? I guess you got to do what you got to do when you're just one person. Well, as you can see, I ran into a little bit of rust issue. Okay, I got a Vapo rust all over everything. I let it sit for about 2 hours, and then I came back and washed it with soap and water, and you can't really tell where the Vapo rust was. I don't even know what that does. It's probably not going to do any good, but I'm going to patch the holes with license plates. Well, it's not original, but it's going to work. I put putty around the hole, and then I put the plate over the top of it, screwed it down, and I'm done. All I got to do is seal it all up now. I've got Herculiner, roll-on bed liner. Comes with all this stuff. It's got instructions. Okay, make sure you got a clean workbench to work off of. And let's pop a top. See what this stuff looks like. Meanwhile, 20 minutes later, I did. Well, there it is. Okay. Now, it's kind of green. It says to stir it real good.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna get some fire going here. Heat this socket up. And I'm gonna put the socket right there where that hole was at. I got it marked. And I'm gonna burn through the carpet. So I'll have me a hole for my seat belt. That's the way I do it. Now you can come in from under the bottom. It's gonna have to be, make sure it's in the right place though. Dry shaft. Okay, it's gotta be right there though. I got it marked. I just gotta kind of hold down on it right here once I get this hot. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it to it. Here we go. All right. Let's see if we can do this without burning our fingers. You don't really have to get it that hot like I just did. There it is. That's plenty of big enough hole. I got a pretty good eye for this. I'm gonna just hook those to it temporarily. Okay. Now we can start fitting the carpet to the sides and cutting and trimming and all that. Okay, I got some spray on adhesive underneath those jugs of oil and white wall cleaner and stuff like that. Hopefully it'll hold that stuff down at the back. Got some wrinkles over there, but they're not really bad. They just look bad from here. Okay, everyone, the seat looks like crap now that I've got the new carpets in there. Of course, it looked like crap before, but it looks more like crap today. I did get it all bolted in just the way it's supposed to be, the seat belts and all that. I didn't do any back seat belts because I don't plan on them having anybody really ride with me very far. But carpet looks pretty nice. I have a little bit of problem though. Before I did the carpet, I should have done the headliner, because all that stuff's going to come right down on top of me once I get some air blowing through here going down the road. And I'm going to have a mess in my seats and on my carpet for quite a while. Stuff like this. Stuff like this will be falling down on me. I know it's going to. I just forgot about doing that. I gotta lay down here. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm replacing this socket on the front. I bought 4 of these. I got them wired in here. I want to see if my bulb will work on this new one, because I could not get it to work on the old one. Yes. Okay, now it works. Okay. There. There. Okay, got that done. Now, take a look at this fender here. It's kind of ragged right here. I don't know what to exactly do about it. Just try to pull it out a little bit. I don't know if I can or not. Hey, better than it was. Not good, but good enough in Arkansas. These solder sealed wire connectors are really nice. I like these. That's all there is to it. Okay, it's time to get to work making this thing beautiful outside. I mean, if you're gonna have a show car like this, you can't have it with rusty looking stuff on it. The Pontiac is clean. I've done all I'm going to do to it except for put the flood on it tomorrow morning. We're done today. I've cleaned the wheels up the best I could. The taillights are working. The license plate light is working. Don't look at that antique tag. That don't go to this car. But it's okay in Arkansas. I'll get a new tag on it here probably Friday because I got to get exhaust put on it. See y'all in the morning. Okay, everybody, good morning. Welcome back to Dead Car Rescue. All right, everybody, we're going to go in here and look at the car. Been sitting in here for a day.
Okay, there she is. All slicked up. Now I did notice some of I came in here last night. Right here, it don't look like it's covered real good. So I don't know what happened there. It just didn't, but the rest of it looks pretty good. I mean, for $17, what do you expect? It looks better than it did. Well, I say that. Yeah, it does. It looks better than it did. But we're getting ready to take it over to the muffler shop and get those mufflers right there put on. We'll see how it sounds once it's done. So, got new exhaust put on it. Got it all ready to go. I put the shine on it. All that's left is a test drive. Let's go. Sounds like dual exhaust. I got those imitation Flowmasters on it. Second gear, third gear.
inside. I'm gonna clean on the dashboard. I gotta put the rubber around the trunk, and I gotta put a trunk mat in it. Got a few holes back in the back on the trunk. I'm gonna cover those with license plates, paint over with bed liner. All in all, it's a pretty good car. Seems to be. It's running out good, drives good, don't pull on one side of the road. That's pretty much going to do it for this video. After sitting all year or all Christmas and the holidays out in the weeds in my yard, I brought this Pontiac back in, got her going again. And I know there was a lot of stuff we done to it. I had to condense it down so I could get it on this video without making it 4 hours long. I didn't want to do a part 2 again. I've done that before. I know it took me a little longer. I've been gone for about 3 weeks. You haven't seen a video out of me. I've been working on this. Yeah, about 3 weeks. If you like this kind of deal, let me know. Would you like me to take a car and go from pulling it out of the weeds to getting it finished? This is finished in my opinion. So if you like this, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I'm sure your views are going to let me know. And that's what I'm after. I'm after something that you guys will like. So, by the way, there's no more of these Pontiacs being made. This car may not be rare, but it is the last of the Mohicans, in other words, or Pontiacs. I know they made them for years after that. This is the last good style of Pontiac they made. So I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you very much, guys and gals. I don't leave out my girls. So for Dead Car Rescue, this is Steve. I'll see you on the next video.